You need to convince the king to fund your quest. This will be a charisma group check.
I don't think I'll be much help. 10?
I give an eloquent speech on our noble intentions. 19. Ugh. 2. The king laughs and has his guards escort you out of his court. Just because everyone in the group needs to roll does not mean it is a group check. In this video, I'll explain the rules as written for group checks, some possible mistakes for group checks, and a potential homebrew rule for collaboration. First, the rules as written. As you can see, group checks and teamwork are different. The two characters proficient with navigator tools plotting a course together is teamwork. The party swimming back to shore after that boat runs into a reef, well, it may or may not be teamwork, and it may or may not be a group check. The platoon rule assumes that if one party member fails a constitution or strength check to swim to shore, they drown and the group did not make it. Using group checks as written means that even if one party member has a very low roll, we can still declare it a success. This is the DM's discretion and needs to be clear. If the party is trying to sneak by a guard with a passive perception of 12 and gets rolls of 21, 2, and 13, the DM must rule whether the guard notices the 2, or if 2/3 of the party sneaking counts as everybody sneaked. Using the group check in this way can cover for poor rolls. The group project rule assumes that if one party member figures out a mystery, the group figured it out together. Using group check rules as written means that if one party member has a high roll and the others get low, it is a failure. This again is the DM's discretion. If the party is trying to decipher arcana and gets rolls of 21, 2, and 13, the DM must rule whether the party figured it out, or if 2/3 of the party being stumped counts as a failure. Using the group check in this way can require high rolls. The example from the PHB is of a group making a wisdom survival check to navigate a swamp. I recently took a hike with a friend who's basically a ranger to climb a mountain. If you think I was providing advice or pointing out paths, you are dead wrong, and I'd be dead. I followed his every step, even when I doubted him. The player's handbook assumes that the group has a democratic approach, where everyone gets an opinion, and whichever opinions win out are what the party does. But a good team might choose instead to give leadership to a skilled individual. Playing to character strengths should be rewarded by allowing that character a moment to shine, and allowing other characters to bask in their limelight. A riding horse has a strength of +3. If a cart was stuck in the mud and one horse could not move it, the logical option would be to attach 2 or more horses and try again. This is because for some skill challenges, teamwork is additive, not average. Hitching 2 horses to a cart that is stuck in the mud and then having the barbarian and the paladin push from behind is more than a half need to succeed group check. Instead, you'd add the +3 from each horse, the +3 from the barbarian with proficiency in athletics, and the +2 from the paladin. With all 4 pushing and pulling, it is a sum of +13, which would give a 40% chance to meet or beat a DC 25. It is notable that any combination of these would not succeed if you must each beat a strength check of 25. For additive abilities, consider that a character with a -1 or -2 modifier could assist in other ways. Maybe the wizard with a -2 strength could hold a carrot in front of the horses, or just kind of lean aggressively against the cart. Players can involve themselves in a group check even if they lack proficiency or skill. Consider this as a +1 modifier to the group roll for being present and maybe even just encouraging someone. And when everyone in the group is contributing, who gets to roll? Well, whoever's got the hottest dice that night can make the roll for the group, and trust me, everyone will be watching.
You have my axe!
And my mace!
And my inappropriately timed fireball!
There we go.